Welcome to lesson 2, problem 3, where we are going to try some light bulb problems. The light bulbs indicate that the problems are a little bit tricky and, they'll get you thinking in different ways. So they're really good to try, but don't be too frustrated if you're not exactly sure of how to do these. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at this first problem and we're going to try and simplify the right-hand side of it. So the right-hand side, basically, I'm going to just kind of put the x over 5, first of all, to the left. And then on the right-hand side, I'm going to simplify the 4/5 divided by 3 over 2. Because what that really means is 4/5 times 2 over 3. Just to make sure you remember, when you divide fractions, like the 4/5 divided by the 3/2, it means you keep the 4/5, you change the division to multiplication, and then you flip the 3/2. You take the reciprocal of it as the official math word. So you keep, change, flip. And just like that, we all of a sudden can rewrite 4/5 divided by 3/2 as 4/5 times 2/3, which we can get as 8/15. Remember, when you multiply fractions, you multiply right across. So x over 5 equals 8 over 15. And if you're trying a light bulb problem, you may already be able to kind of see that, like, whatever we put in for x, when it gets multiplied by 3, we're going to get 8. But let's kind of do it the long way, and a good way to do it is by cross multiplying. So I'm going to kind of remind you, this is the cross multiplying lesson. So let's do the 15 times the x first, which gives us 15x equals 5 times 8 is 40. And now you can see why cross multiplying was so handy. It would be hard to do this in our heads. Divide both sides by 15, like always when we solve equations. So x equals 40 over 15. And when you reduce that, you're thinking 5 goes into 40 8 times and 5 goes into 15 3 times, and your answer is 8/3. And we have done our first light bulb problem of the Algebra 1 workbook. Yay. All right, let's go to B. Okay, once again, we're going to try and simplify this left-hand side before we move on. So off to the side here, I'm going to kind of show what we're going to do there. We're basically saying x over 729 divided by 3 over 729. Now, we're going to once again use our keep, change, flip method of dividing. So it's x over 729 times 729 over 3. You never want to have to do all this work of doing 729 times 3, because when we multiply fractions, if there is a numerator and a denominator that would get multiplied together at some point, when those fractions get multiplied, we can just cancel them out because they have a value of 1. So the entire left-hand side of that problem is simply x over 3, because all we have left is the x in the numerator and the 3 in the denominator. So now we have x over 3 equals 2x minus 1. Actually, I think we should maybe show this step as well. So now on the right-hand side, we basically have 2x minus 1, and I can put that over 1, divided by 7/5. Because the reason I can put that 2x minus 1 over 1 is because it's really 2x minus 1, all of that divided by 7/5. And 2x minus 1 over 1 is the same as 2x minus 1. All right, so now this is a 1. So let's go, and now we can cross multiply. So the right-hand side, not cross multiply, we can do our keep, change, flip. So it's 2x minus 1 over 1 times 5 over 7, which is really 5 times the quantity 2x minus 1 over 7. So all of this on the right became 5 times the quantity 2x minus 1 over 7. Now I'm going to cross multiply one more time. I'm going to change this color to black this time, just so you can see everything we're doing here. So we basically, on the left now, let's draw a line so you can see really clearly. I'm going to do the 7 times the x, so 7x equals, and on the right I have 3 times 5, so it's 15 times 2x minus 1. Let's continue, and we get 7x equals 30x minus 15. Subtract 30x from both sides, and we're going to get a negative 23x equals negative 15. And believe it or not, we're almost done with this very challenging light bulb problem. Divide both sides by negative 23, and we get simply that x is equal to a positive, negative over a negative makes it a positive 15/23. And we're done. Great job.